Wake up, wake up, wake up. Part 3, y'all. Y'all know how they do. So we're going to get right into it. I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm going to try not to anyway and let y'all listen to this, okay? Because they keep trying to cut her off. Yeah.
The opportunities that are opening up in Africa today are opportunities that black people never even know about.
Yeah, never had.
And they're saying,
Never
we want
told
the
us.
children of Africa to be on the driver's seat. You see, you don't go to China
They want us
and
to be on
find
the
black
driver's
people
seat.
driving the Chinese development agenda. You don't go to Mexico. You don't go to Europe. You don't go to India and find black people driving the developmental agendas for those continents and those countries. You therefore must not, should not, and by God will not go to Africa and find non-Africans driving the African continental development agenda.
Like I said,
Unless,
they
of
had
course,
no one there that can do this.
and by African,
that's there.
I'm referring to all people of African descent.
Listen.
Because in my opinion, and the opinions of those African heads of states, we are all Africans.
Her opinion. Her opinion is not a fact. That's what she knows. Her opinion. Listen.
If the children of Africa choose to vacate that seat that has their name, then you deserve what you have coming.
Show me something with my name on it.
I'm here to let you know.
Please.
They're calling, the heads of states are calling all of you to come home and invest.
Why?
I've heard some come up with stupid comments like, but well, Ambassador, those heads of state, they just want to take our money. You are being told not to go to Africa because it is a diseased and dying continent while they are running to Africa in droves. Try catching any of the flights into Africa. 75% of the people don't look like you and I. Even intercontinental, within the continent, flights within the continent, most of the people there don't look like you and I, and yet you are busy being told, don't go to Africa. Why are they going to Africa in droves if there's nothing there?
They have a distinctive look.
They're not traveling 10,000 miles, 15,000 miles for nothing. They're going to Africa because there's something amazing and wonderful going on, and they don't want you to know.
It's really amazing. Beautiful over there.
So
we were never invited before. Why are we invited
wake
now?
up
Think about it. Listen.
And realize that we are inheritors
like I said,
of an amazing continent.
Dual citizenship.
That everything that is in Africa belongs to us. If we do not stand up and take our place,
in America,
Africa is gone.
America
this time,
is gone.
For good.
For good. If we don't stand up and take our
place, I'm here to let you all know
in America
that we are at a do or die time in the history of black people.
I'm brown.
We have a tremendous opportunity that will never come again.
What color is that?
Opportunities that we as black people are never exposed to anywhere else on earth.
I don't like that saying. I'm brown. I'm not black.
It is our time to let the world know once and for all.
We're not black. My shirt is black.
That black. We've had enough, and we're saying enough is enough. Okay, no longer continue to be the most disrespected race.
True.
We've got to pull our finances together. I've registered an entity called African Diaspora Development Institute. It is going to be the one-stop shop for everything African.
Listen.
I will be opening offices in every African country, and I am looking the heads of states in the face and say, this is how you're going to get the diaspora. You see, in the past, it was, well, we don't know how to reach the diaspora, Ambassador. And they were right, because we were not organized. We were not united.
Y'all hear that?
But through ADDI, I'm going to look them in the face and say, now the diaspora are coming home. Give me one reason why the next airport is going to be built by a non-African. And I use airport as an example. Look at Atlanta Airport. Maynard Jackson said he was not going to approve the opening of that airport unless 50% of the contractors were black.
Listen.
They tried to say, well, we can't find them. We don't know where they are. He said, well, then the airport will not be built. I see how quickly they found the black contractors.
Now that is true. I I literally lived that, okay? I told y'all I was fighting for these jobs. There's a video of me walking up on the job site, and they was telling the people, they started the job already, and they wasn't supposed to until they had their minority participation. So this is what she's talking about. Minority participation is needed before these jobs start, right? But they'll end up starting the job because the mayor will give them a waiver, is what he called it, because the contractors tell the city or the state or whatever, the federal for the funding, that they can't find us. We're not out there. We're not trained and we're not ready to go. And this is why Spencer Gaskin of the Outsource Center created that construction program so that he can get the students prepared. Okay. And we were supposed to do some big things with that. And I ain't even gonna go there right now. That's another story for another day. But I just wanted to give y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to confirm what she was saying because that's true. That's how they do. So it is good to sign up with the WNBA and things like that, but they still overlook you. You know, you really have to be on point, know how to bid and things like that in order for you to get these jobs because, and then you have to be present because, of course, if you're not there, they will say you're not out there. We can't find them because you're not going to these meetings, right? That they have at the table for this money. Every time a federal contract comes out, there is a meeting held before that contract is given out to the contractors because they have to establish all of the workers, the contractors, okay? So, yeah. Now, listen, I'll go over there and be a contractor. Sure would. Holla. Electrical recycling, baby. I could build up something from the ground up. I'm telling you. Shout out to my Chicago teachers. Hey!
See how quickly they found the black contractors. Atlanta Airport today is one of the busiest and one of the best airports in the world. It is the largest airport in the world, run by black people, built by black people. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hawaii. That's where they get hallelujah from. Hawaii.
I am going to be looking at each and every head of state and say, this is what your children have done in Atlanta. Tell me why. The next African airport is going to be built by the Chinese or the European. That is unacceptable. And this time, we better show up because those contracts belong to us.
Okay. I can go for that. I'll come over there and get some money. But I'm not leaving.
Through ADDI, we're going to be creating a database. We want to know who you are, what you do professionally, and your company, what you do. What services do you offer? This is a time for collaborations. These contracts are humongous contracts.
Listen.
So we need to adjust our attitudes. We need to understand it's about coming together. It's no longer about me.
Common ground.
And if we don't do it for us, this generation, let's at least do it for our children, our grandchildren, and generations to come.
Okay, we might be able to build together and make some.
It will sadden me greatly
I believe we distant cousins,
to leave this world
but I don't know
without sharing what I know. I've told my husband, give me 2 years, I'm going to run around this country like a chicken without a head. I am going to tell every black person that needs to hear to say, wake up.
Okay, I feel it.
If you continue to be asleep this time, then you deserve what you get. Black people are some of the most beautiful,
go get the contract,
intelligent, sophisticated, highly adaptable, and totally indestructible.
So she said we can come and adapt to that environment. We did. We used to move in about like 2 years, huh? Woo! Listen, y'all, listen.
Any other race that would have gone through what we went through, they would be extinct.
True. So true. That's true. We are a strong group of people. Wow. That's why we got to step our game up. Feel me? There ain't no game, but y'all know what I'm saying.
And still rise. I think Reverend Richardson has put some flies, invest them in the French stock market, and your countries may or may not know the returns. Should you wish to access some of your 85% reserves, and this was to be done annually, which left the countries only with 15%. Should you wish to access some of your own money, you have to submit a financial statement for your country. And if approved, you can only access up to 20% of your previous year's deposits.
Your own money.
As a loan at commercial interest rates.
Wow.
Your own money, you go from having credit with France, now you owe France a debt that you'll never be able to pay.
Wow. Listen.
They also said
that's how the credit goes. That's your money already.
Your military can only be trained by France. That France will have military presence in your country and can invade you without notice should they feel that French interests are being violated. A violation could be as simple as a country saying, I no longer wish to send my reserves to France. That was a violation that called for a coup, an assassination of a president.
Listen.
They also said these countries are not allowed to have military alliance with their neighbors, and that in the event of war, the African countries individually can only align themselves with France.
Listen.
They also said all the minerals discovered and yet to be discovered, all the oil discovered and yet to be discovered, French companies have the first right of refusal.
That's what they're doing in America.
If there's anything that the French do not want, maybe the locals could have. They also said all the public-private large contracts, French companies have the first right of refusal. And my brothers and sisters,
listen.
If you were to wake up one morning and you're now the president of one of these countries, and your chief of staff reads to you the do's and don'ts as stipulated by the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. You've given up your finances, you've given up your military, and you've given up your natural resources. What power do you have? You are like a leader who's fighting with your hands tied.
Listen.
Such is the status of affairs.
So if you give it up from America, what will you have?
To this day.
You're going to go to a foreign country?
So you can understand my outrage. As I was traveling around the country, I realized that people had never heard about this pact. That France is taking over $500 billion out of Africa every year. The latest figures are saying for every 14 billion France takes out of Africa, by the time they finish investing it, it's over 300 billion.
Wow.
I'll let you do the math.
Wow.
And we're busy fighting over. Oh, but the African heads of states, I'm not saying they're not a problem. But I'm saying corruption is a team sport. We must bring all the corruptors to boot. And when you understand what is going on, you can better strategize.
That's right.
Now you understand and you begin to realize how the 50 billion becomes a big chunk under the table. So they keep you fighting under the table so you never have to get on the table.
Woo!
I liken the problems of Africa to a tree.
Huh?
The issues of lack of access to healthcare, lack of access to education,
once you stand up,
poor infrastructure, poor governance, to the leaves and the flowers and the branches of a tree. We can complain about them, and every season after the other, they come and they die, they come and they die, and we keep complaining. But until we get to the root causes of these problems, nothing is going to change. We must understand that the stronghold of Africa by the former colonizers is a very tight grip. A grip that makes it impossible to govern.
Come on, Atlanta.
Yes, leaders do have responsibilities. And we do expect them to do more. But we too must understand that to a very great extent, they're operating under serious restrictions. And this is where you come in. The diaspora. You have to understand also
All of my
that
actors,
as part of the
entertainers,
Berlin
with all this
Conference,
money,
they made
invest
us
in
feel
your
that
country.
everything African was bad and that everything European was better and more desirable. The sad truth is, we're still suffering from that ailment, that we don't think we're good enough. The self-hate that exists among us is deep.
Listen.
Have you ever wondered why our black communities are full of Oriental shops? If a black man has a shop in a black neighborhood, as soon as a Chinaman comes in, the black man goes out of business.
They do.
Because we stop patronizing them. Why?
Because they're able to.
What kind of insanity is that?
They get in all type of benefits. They get grants. They get stipends.
Turn it around. Try going to open a shop in the Chinese neighborhood.
That's the game.
You won't even get a license. And we seem to be okay with that. We have normalized the abnormal.
That's how our government
I'm talking about the disease that has taken us not only in the doctor's waiting room, not on.
Think about it, y'all. Even when the Africans come over here from Africa, they get brand new cars. They got brand new houses. They got Section 8. They getting tons of food stamps. You feel what I'm saying? And we have so many homeless Americans who were born and raised here who can't get a house, who can't get a car, who can't get it. So, come on now. Africa and America has some type of agreement. If not, they would not be able to come over here as refugees and get all of the finances that they are getting. Now, you have to remember, a lot of times when they get that money, they send it back home. Most of them, Western Union it home. They're taking care of their family. They come over here to work and play, and they take care of their family. They send that money back home. So, come on now. Listen, I'm an observer. I watch everything, and I listen. I might talk a little bit too, but I listen. Okay? And whatever I say, believe me, I got receipts. And like I told y'all, when I first showed y'all the first video, I told y'all what the plot was. I didn't even see this video yet. She came on after. I happened to watch it, and I'm like, oh, she's saying everything I just said, everything that I was thinking, everything that I was, you understand what I'm saying? She's letting you know, and she created a system to where as though she could help them bring the children of the diaspora back to Africa. Come on, y'all. Quit playing. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm talking about the disease that has taken us not only in the doctor's waiting room, not only in the ward in the hospital, but we are in the intensive care, suffering from the legacy of slavery and the legacy of colonization. And until we understand that we're suffering from this disease, nothing we do is going to change. You see, you could be in a position of leadership and go to that boardroom with a colonized mind, with a mind that is suffering from slavery. You are also going to bring out garbage.
Or cognitive.
You're not there for us.
Dissonance, however they say it.
And that is where the healing
cognitive
begins.
Skills is off.
With the conversation with image in the mirror. Most of us don't even realize that we're suffering from this disease. You see, this country, more than any other country, this is a place that if any group of people should get it, it should be in this country. Ask for the voices of Chinese Indian diaspora, loud and clear, Chinese, loud and clear, Irish Americans, Italian Americans, German Americans. They are connected with their anchor. And they are proud of their anchor. But ask for the voices of people of African descent. We might as well go to the graveyard. We're missing in action. We're too busy running away from our anchor, which is Africa. And it's not by surprise that we're like a ship with all sails but no anchor. We're like palm trees. The wind blows this way, there we go. The wind blows that way, there we go.
What I just said. We want to go whichever way the wind blows. Like the
we have got to understand
they feel as though we can adapt.
That as people of African descent,
which we can, but
Africa is home. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Is Africa your home? Or is America your home? Where did your natives come from? Where did your people come from? Do the history.
We are descendants of the original people. And to the black women I say, you must pat yourself on the back every day. Because without you, there would not be any other race.
Hey, because they raped us and made us have their fucking children. So she ain't lying. Yeah.
It is the black woman who gave birth to humanity. So as such, why are we the most disrespected people? We are inheritors of the most amazing continent with everything and anything the world could ever need.
No one would do to you what you don't
Even
allow them
as
to.
we speak, the world is looking to Africa for everything they need. We are the only continent that if only our children in the diaspora could come home, we don't need anybody else.
What about the ones that are already
If the truth be told, the world needs Africa. Africa does not need the world. And that is a fact. So in 1963, our Pan-African leaders, realizing that Africa was left on a losing path by the Berlin Conference, they came together in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, at the invitation of Emperor Haile Selassie, precisely to come together and create an Africa that spoke with one voice. Ethiopia. But sadly, when they went to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, they were divided.
The Moors. Exactly.
NATO was once again at work. Infiltrated some of the leaders. We had the Casablanca group who said Africa for the Africans, African Union now. They were Ghana, Guinea and Mali, Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. The rest were the nationalists. They were the Monrovia group. They said, no, hold off on this unity thing. Let's go slow. They were the majority, so they won. We often say Africa lost when the Casablanca group lost in 1963.
Casablanca?
The issue of an Africa speaking with one voice as one continent and one people was raised every year when our leaders met. They came up with a compromise which they called OAU, Organization of African Unity.
OAU.
And year in and year out, they failed to reach a consensus about a united Africa. Until March of 2018, when the African heads of states finally agreed on a decision which we are now calling African Continental Free Trade Area. The leaders agreed to unite and merge the current 5 regional customs unions into one. The hope is, come July this year, all the 55 African countries can enter the world market as one customs union.
One customs union.
So we got Chicago's gangsters and thugs saying they got switches for Trump's National Guard. Let's entertain that for maybe 2 seconds, right? First off, you think they don't know what you guys got? Where do you think those switches came from?
I know what's up.
So we got Chicago's gangsters and thugs saying they got switches.
Came from, y'all?
Worry about theft of your mail and packages?
He said, where do you think they came from? That video just happened to pop up right after that other one went off, but that's exactly what I was telling y'all about, okay? They sleeping on the Chicago young men and women, okay? Those people, once they come into the realization of who they really are, okay? And there's also a CERN machine there that most people don't even know about. So that's draining their energy too, causing all the chaos and the ruckus.
The Bluetooth device
portals
is
right in
connected
their freaking town.
successfully.
So they're releasing all these demons in Chicago through this CERN machine, causing them to do all of this, okay? So what it is they got tricks to their trades. They have tricks. They're tricking us to hurt ourselves because they can't hurt us. They can't hurt us physically, mentally, emotionally, things like that. No, they can cause a scenario, and then we take it from there, and we cause it, and we further allow the things that we have been endured with to progress into depression, to progress into illnesses, basically, stress and things like that. Because, they say stress can kill you before the actual disease. Okay? So I just wanted to let y'all Listen, I just wanted to let y'all listen to this and get a feel of where I'm coming from. I'm not hating at all, period. If you consider yourself to be African, then you go head over there into Africa, okay? But if you know you're indigenous to this land, then I advise you to do whatever it is that you can do to help rebuild your country. Okay, this is our country. United States is our country. And at the end of the day, this was all one continent. Did people forget that? We were all one continent until the catastrophe of Atlantis occurred. Once that catastrophe hit, the lands split. So this is what you have in North America, South America, and things like that. Yeah. Okay? So if they want to say that America is Africa, Africa is America, whatever, we were all one. Like Drake said, we're all one. The land was all one. The earth was all one at one point in time. Okay? That's why I said we're definitely cousins or something. But I don't know about brothers and sisters, y'all. I don't know about brothers and sisters because, see, I know my heritage. I know my tribe. Shout out to the Hitchitibbies. The Hitchites, excuse me, I said Hitchitibby. The Hitchites, okay? Shout out to them. This is where they get the word Hitachi from. Those televisions you watching,